So there is some structures that still need shattering, and with this resistance card I really feel that some of those structures are within you. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now this is a general reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars is worth a look at the moment. For whatever sign is in the title down below. It's the same introduction for all of them. There's a timestamp down below if you watch more than one, and you should watch more than one. You want to at least watch your Sun and your Rising, if not your Moon stroke Mars stroke Venus. Especially because in ancient astrology, the rising sign was the more important one. If you don't know what your rising and your moon sign is, there is a link down below to get yourself a free birth chart. All you need is the time, exact time, date obviously, and place of birth, which you can load that in and download the PDF. There's also a link down there to the Facebook group where you can see more effective notifications of when I post my videos, because not all the YouTube ones always go out, I gather. I don't get all the notifications of all the channels I'm subscribed to, but I'm subscribed to a lot, so I struggle to keep track sometimes. On that note, though, if you join the Facebook group, please don't let it prevent you from subscribing here. I'm a new YouTube channel, newish, I'm 5 months old now. So, yeah, I need all the subscriptions I can get. Anyway, this is a reading about the new moon in Aries that happened last Tuesday. They're late. We know the chaos that is going on in the world at the moment. These energies last, however, for a month long. And this is quite an essential new moon, with it also being at the start of the astrological new year. There's a lot of intention setting that you can do. And yes, the peak was at the new moon, but this is intention setting that you can create through the whole month. And with Saturn just moving into Aquarius, you can start things now and make progress now on things that will then calm down, or at least have the structure build up around them that you need while Saturn returns into Capricorn. And then as it pushes forward again at the end of the year, whatever you're planning now should really take off. That's the plan. We are in a very special time. We are in a very crazy time. No doubt you'll have plenty of time to watch all the videos of all your placements that you need, since wherever you are in the world, if you're not isolated at home yet, then you soon will be, but you probably already are. So good luck, everybody. Stay home. You know, there's... I know a few people will react going, they're not telling me I can't move around. Do it. Stay home. One, if you're into the YouTube tarot readings, enjoy the time of being able to look within. But more importantly, you could be a carrier and you can end up with spreading the virus in a way that will affect the elderly and the vulnerable. And you don't have to be that old to be vulnerable to it, and you don't necessarily have to be that unhealthy to be vulnerable to it, it appears, either. Anyway, move on. Back to the tarot. So it's going to be a Celtic cross, clarified, with some oracle cards. I'm doing a special thing for the new moon this time. I'm going to pull out my angel cards to see what angel is supporting us, because we all need that at the moment. Oops. And there I go, destroying my set. But I'm also going to pull out one of my Demon Possessed Tarot to see which Goetic spirit can be supporting us at the moment. I will be looking at the God forces that are for and against us. Yeah, I've really said everything about the new moon and the intention settings. So I've also posted on my Facebook page a video from Achita Bava, formerly Richard Ellenbass, who has done a wonderful thing about the new moon. And there's a few other astrologer videos on there. This is a really important new moon. If you're into your astrology or want to know about it, then go and have a look, or just look up on YouTube New Moon in Aries Astrology. This is a big, big time, and I don't have the expertise to explain it half as well as they do. But the question that I am looking at, I've called these readings Riding the New Moon, because riding the new moon energies, but I want to put the bit at the end about what the reading's about. So, yeah, riding the new moon energies through this month into the new year, whether it's Vedic astrology or Western astrology, it is the astrological new year. So, with no further ado, let me bring up the cards. Well, welcome Pisces rising and Pisces moon and any other Pisces placement that you may be looking at from the timestamp. And if you are Pisces rising, this is occurring in your second house, your assets, finances, and the things that you value. And it's the things that you value that I want to focus on here, because the oracle cards tell a story in and of themselves, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. It's almost like you feel the world is at your fingertips and you've got no idea how to grab it, no idea how to touch it, no idea how to manipulate it. Well, I'm here to tell you, it sounds very political, doesn't it? I'm here to tell you you're lying to yourself, because, let me see, let's just get this camera back in focus. It's decided to... the oracle cards tell me, first one, you are very close to achieving your goal. And the next one is, the Angelarian one, is Duma, the angel of dreams. The angel who can help you peel back the layers of a false reality. The angel that can help you recognize that the world is actually a lot weirder than what you think it is. But the real one that I want to focus on here is this card of resistance from the Queen of the Moon. And it talks in the book about covert and overt resistance. Overt resistance, yeah, that's understandable. You know, an overt resistance is trying to go somewhere and there's a brick wall in the way. You know, losing your job, not being able to achieve something because of external forces. Covert resistance is where you are pushing something away yourself because you don't believe that you are worthy, or you never quite get round to it, or you procrastinate, you don't complete. You find that you are fearing that which it is you want. Sometimes you do not complete what you think you want because you don't really want it. I don't feel that's the case in this reading. There is something that you are trying to... No, I don't want to say stamp your authority on. There's something where you are trying to create your own empire, trying to create your own space where you are in charge and you are bringing light to the world. And that's very much what I'm seeing with this. This emperor image is overlaid with a huge city behind him. Also with the Capricorn goat right next to him. So now is the time to be doing this. Now is the time to be working with the structures that are remaining around you. And some of those structures need still to be destroyed. Some of those structures are going to get destroyed. That's the overt resistance, that's the big astrology, and also echoed by the egoic spirit that can assist you at the moment if you ask them, who comes through with the card of the Tower. So, promoter of discord, war, arguments and falsehood, gives generous responses. This is Visago. Promoter of discord, war, arguments and falsehoods also means revealer of peace, more peace. So peace is really the opposite of discord and war, isn't it? More peace, arguments, so agreements and truth. Because every goetic spirit, if they can do one thing, they can do the opposite of that thing. So there is some structures that still need shattering. And with this resistance card, I really feel that some of those structures are within you, are within the way that you think, in the way that you feel, the way that you tend to react, which probably sounds awful. But here you are exercising a whole lot of power while feeling that you are in need of assistance and that you are in poverty, that whatever it is that you are trying to accomplish isn't going to happen because you don't have the resources, you don't have the support. Well, if you want the support, stop being such a loner. The challenge here is the Four of Swords, and I think that I love the Four of Swords in this particular deck, but none of the normal meanings I get from it are actually coming through this time. It's that you are lying there frozen and you ain't moving, and you are not allowing things to come into you, and that you are keeping your guard up, because this is also clarified by the Nine of Wands, where I think I said on one of the other readings for this particular Nine of Wands is this young witch student has just vaporized her 8 opponents and is horrified at the amount of power she's just shown. And that's what I think is, you really have the opportunity to exercise your power at the moment, and you have the ability to exercise your power at the moment, but you ain't believing it. What Spirit is bringing in is trying to bring in some form of balance for you so that you will manifest what you are wanting to create. Bear in mind that is a double-edged sword, and the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction is really strong in manifestation energies. So do be careful of your reactions. Do be careful of your emotions. Do be careful about what you're thinking about. Look for the positives. Don't look for the negatives, because the world really is in support of you at the moment. And yes, you know this. So why are you feeling so poor and troubled by the fact that you're being put in the position of the Hanged Man, when that is to give you more wisdom? That is to give you more perspectives, more viewpoints. In the past, you have made a commitment to develop and exercise your power, and you were successful. There may have been others influencing you in this, but you were successful at achieving and discovering your own power. You just now need to find ways to exercise it, but you can. There's a divine pairing here between the significator card, your situation that you're in, the Emperor, and the Empress on the bottom of the deck. So that harvest is for you, but at the minute it's hidden because the Empress is on the bottom of the deck. She's not come out into the reading, but Spirit is bringing you the power of the Queen of Wands, that capability, that ability to manifest, that wands, think Harry Potter, for God's sake, wands. The Queen of Wands here with the multiple arms looks very Kali-esque, and yes, there are things that you need to destroy, but I think there are things that you need to destroy within yourself. Now, you have got a victory coming your way. Use the gift of balance that Spirit is giving to you to realise that, yes, you can assist people, but you only need to assist the people that you particularly want to. But there may be someone who requires assistance from you. Oh, my camera's gone weird. Bear with me. Let me see if I can get that back on. Right, so now that my camera has a little bit more charge in it, as I was saying, there is someone who wants assistance from you, and I am tempted to say you need to bear them in your thoughts. Just because you're not totally inclined to help them as well, you should help the people that you want to, but there's other people that you're having responsibility for. But there's what I was saying about that comment about resistance. The other thing I want to say is, and that the camera dying, because that's been doing that to me multiple times recently. You'll hear some tarot readers and even some astrologers and definitely ritual magicians all talk about the resistive force. So where you have been coming into your power, even if there has been some form of hocus pocus or resistive force being worked upon you, you have the chance of breaking those chains at the moment. Because what I want to look at is the time that you're going into, where we have the star with wish fulfillment, with wisdom coming in, with being able to identify what your wishes are. And as I was saying, Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, it's really important to identify what your wishes are and make sure that those wishes are the right ones, not hampered by structures of fear or structures of I'm not worthy or that sort of stuff. It's clarified by the Two of Cups. There is a union coming. Now, whether this is a union with your internal structures and what you want, or your internal structures and your destiny, or your divine plan, or your soul contract, or whatever, or whether that is somebody else coming in with you and helping activate all those things. But you do have to be focused on yourself before that window opens. We have other people seeing you as surging forward. Now, I'm not entirely sure of the reference for this. I can take it personally, but I'm not entirely sure of outside. But we see other people seeing that you are surging forward, good thing, but with quite a burden. Maybe a burden that you don't necessarily need to carry, although they do try and assist you with this. But what your fear is that you are travelling all this distance and you are making these choices, and to a point you feel that it's just left up to chance. It isn't left up to chance if you do what you can to eliminate that power of resistance within yourself, that covert resistance, whether it's the fears, the I'm not worthy, or that business that I was talking about. But Spirit's giving you the other thing with this Queen of Wands being Kali-esque is Spirit is giving you more than enough hands to deal with all of these many facets, to deal with the internal and the external, to deal with the work, which I'm assuming that is work, and this is for Pisces rising, in your house of assets and finances, for example, but more importantly, it's the things that you value. And I think that there is something that you may have been trying to bring into being, some form of, the word that springs into my mind, although that rankles a bit, being a Pisces, is some form of dominion over. But with clarity, you have the opportunity for total transformation and bringing the world your way. This second time I've seen this Judgment card today, and she's dancing along, blowing her trumpet like the Pied Piper of Hamelin. She is, through her own transformation, through her own resurrection, she is pulling the world along with her by the power of her music and her love. And that is what you have working with you at the moment, because you don't just have the Tower, Visago, to help you destroy those internal structures, and maybe a couple of external ones as well while you're at it to get them out of the way. But you also have Hestia in this deck of cards representing inner fire. Now, Hestia is the goddess of home and hearth. Now, you like to think that you're good at believing that you are your own home. But if you are locking yourself away, you are not your own home, you are your own crypt. And you are little more than Spike off of Buffy, living in not a very nice place. But, again, that's not an overall condemnation. Those are moods that we pass through and phases that we pass through. But it's a phase that you need to have passed through now. It'll come back, no doubt, with Pisces. We love looking within. But it doesn't have to be quite as cold and as dank and as isolated as this. Let's face it, the Hermit card can be a lot more comfortable, even though it looks a bit foggy and misty and damp and wet. But there's not even damp and wet in here. There's just cold and unforgiving stone. So on that note of unforgiving stone, the angel that is working with you and working for you, especially if you ask them, but probably even if you're not, the angel of mercy. Divine mercy gives me the grace to be tender and accepting. So that might be accepting the advice about the burdens. That may well be accepting the fact that you need to give help to more than just those that you want to give help to. I don't think that's a huge influence, but I think it is a necessary influence. That you can't just go, I want to help you, but no, I'm done with you. I'm sorry, if you had a responsibility towards that person, then maybe you need to help them as well. Because let's face it, the world's in chaos at the moment. But there is a beautiful clarity and surging forward coming for you, results coming in your interest. What is interesting, though, is the two God forces against you. We have Eos with dawn and Iris with messages. So the messages that you are receiving, and possibly the messages that you are giving yourself, aren't necessarily to be trusted. And dawn standing against you. That rather implies to me that you've got this sense of false starts. But you're very close to achieving your goal and launching your journey. So, and what I do feel is like this establishing dominion, whatever your goal is, that is the start of your journey, not the end of it. It's like, I want to be on that path over there and I'm going to get there, and I will wade through bogs and I will fight my way through the undergrowth and I will dodge the traffic until I am on that path over there. And that's what you've been trying to do, but you do keep having those doubts. So allow other people to help you. And also, if you are as powerful as this young sorceress on the 9 of Wands here, then use it. Don't be scared of it. Just use it nicely, use it gently, and make sure that you do spread it around to all the places that it needs to go to, which includes the person trying to get your attention here on the 6 of Wands, as well as the person you're giving all of your attention to. That is pretty much everything, but that's a really, really nice reading if you do the work. I still keep blurring out, don't I? If you do the work for shattering those inner structures. And like I say, Visago may well be a route to ask for assistance from, or you just do it yourself. Because all a goetic spirit is going to do is going to show you how to do it. Maybe through more hocus pocus means, but you're still just doing it yourself. It's interesting to read some writings that are saying that they reflect aspects of our own brain, and I think, or our own consciousness, sorry, not our own brain. And I think that can be a very useful tool to look at the angels, the aliens, the goetic spirits, the demons, the this, that, and the other. Because if we are conscious creators of our own universe, how are they anything other than that? Even if they are conscious creators in and of themselves. So, hey, there's deep for you. So, if this, maybe not that last bit, but if this means anything to you, Pisces, comment down below. Press subscribe while you're there, because it does help the channel, so it does help me, and I'm very grateful. If you press like, it helps the video get out there more. The algorithms pick it up more. And in the meantime, join the Facebook group, especially if you want to talk to me directly, or maybe get a reading from me. There's ways to contact me through the Facebook group. There are going to be more readings coming out. I have a few days off, so I think I'm going to look at Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, but I also want to, before the time passes, do something about the passage of Mars, when we've had Mars conjunct Jupiter, Mars conjunct Pluto, Mars conjunct Saturn coming up. And I like the Mars readings. All right, so, yeah, good luck with this. Cheers.